This NBA offseason is about to be wild. The NBA offseason is going to be insane, and it's not just about Kevin Durant. Multiple All-Stars could be on the move. To put into perspective how wild this last trade deadline was, it broke the record for most players traded and All-Stars moved. We've literally never seen anything like it. So if this offseason is even half as crazy, we're in for a ride. D'Angelo Russell's future. Who should we watch out for? First up, D'Angelo Russell. You know why DLO was so happy to leave the Lakers? It had nothing to do with playing free from LeBron. It was about going to the Nets. But why would anyone want to be on the Nets? Because dude is a free agent. He's consistently disappointed in the playoffs year after year. And outside of a few good seasons as a streaky shooter, the days of hoping DLO leads a winning team are over. So who's going to pay this guy? Well, in this new CBA, bad contracts are deadly. I predict Russell gets around $10 million per year after previously earning the max. But now he's on the Nets, the team with the most cap space in the NBA and no real stars to take their money. It's kind of like the Rockets 2 years ago. They had insane cap space, but all the stars said no. So they had to overpay Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet, who got the max. DLO has just lucked into his last gigantic contract. That trade from the Lakers made him about $100 million. Kyrie Irving's big decision. Next up is Kyrie Irving, and this is huge. Kyrie can opt out and become a free agent. Remember a few years ago when his reputation was trashed? The Mavs gave him a short 3-year deal as a gamble because he had the least leverage of any player in the NBA. Now, he has the most leverage. Why? Because if Kyrie leaves, it would be a disaster. Imagine if the Mavericks traded Luka for brittle Anthony Davis and then lost Kyrie. And why wouldn't he leave? When the Mavs and Lakers just played, Kyrie called Luka his brother. But how are they treating his brother? Dallas is assassinating Luka's character every chance they get. News stories every week about how lazy and hard to work with Luka is. The trade itself was bad enough, but then the Mavs made themselves look even worse. Kyrie could easily want out. It would have to be a sign-and trade since no contenders have cap space, so the Mavs would get something for him, but not much. Instead, Kyrie can demand the most years and money possible. The max in Dallas: 5 years, $313 million. Normally, that would be a terrible deal for a 32-year-old with a bulging disc in his back, but the Mavs have no choice, unless Kyrie would both stay and take a pay cut for Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's next move. KD is the biggest fish this offseason. So let's just go over the realistic places he could land. Think about a team that flames out in the playoffs and believes, if we got KD, he'd put us over the top. Mavericks? Possible. Rockets? Maybe, though they'd probably prefer Devin Booker. Timberwolves? That's actually a real possibility. Spurs? They have multiple salaries to match, like Harrison Barnes and Devin Vassell. Thunder? While it's fun to think about, it's not realistic unless OKC trades a bunch of players like Isaiah Hartenstein, which they likely won't do. Josh Giddey's unexpected rise. We'll get back to the All-Stars, but right now, Josh Giddey is on fire. The Bulls traded for Zach LaVine, but with injuries to Ayo Dosunmu, Patrick Williams, and Jalen Smith, Giddey has stepped up. Since the All-Star break, he's been shooting 78% from 3. Obviously, that's not sustainable, but Giddey was supposed to fade into the NBA background after being a number 6 pick who couldn't shoot. Teams left him wide open, and he got benched in the playoffs. OKC admitted their mistake and shipped him to Chicago. But quietly, he's now hitting 37% from 3 this season on decent volume. If this is legit, he could actually be a real NBA player. He's just 22 years old and a restricted free agent, meaning the Bulls can match any offer he gets. The teams with the most cap space this offseason? Nets, a ton of space. Jazz, $30 million, if John Collins opts out, which he won't. Pistons, up to $25 million. Grizzlies, around $7 million. Unless the Nets swoop in to snag Giddey, he probably returns to Chicago on a $20 million plus per year deal, which is way up from the $13 million projection just a few months ago. James Harden's future drama. James Harden can be a free agent this offseason. But why would he leave? Well, James will want the most years and money possible, but the Clippers want his deal to end the same year as Kawhi Leonard's, so both can be off the books at the same time for a fresh start. What if that's not what James wants? We know this dude loves drama. Rockets didn't want to trade him. Bam, fat suit. Nets didn't want to trade him. Stop trying in games. Philly wouldn't give him a contract. Called Daryl Morey a liar on camera. Could we get another messy situation? If Harden flames out in the playoffs again, which happens every year, the Clippers might not even want to pay him. Jonathan Kuminga and Miles Turner. Another situation to watch? Jonathan Kuminga. The Warriors and Kuminga couldn't agree on a contract last summer. JK wants near the max, and the Warriors disagree. He's a restricted free agent, but the Nets could throw a boatload of money at him and price out the Warriors. Warriors owner Joe Lacob says they're ready to pay up, but why didn't they do that last offseason? And nobody's talking about this, but Miles Turner is a vet a ton of teams will want. 28 years old, 41% from three as a center, multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year vote-getter. He'd be a perfect fit for the Lakers or Warriors in a sign-and trade. But Turner wants $30 million plus per year, and the Pacers aren't sure they want to pay that. That means they made a mistake not trading him at the deadline, because now they'll get a lot less in return if he leaves this offseason. Other names to watch. LeBron James. We all know he's not leaving, so I didn't do a deep dive. Julius Randle will be interesting in Minnesota. If he leaves, they basically lost KT for nothing. Fred VanVleet, team option. Rockets' decision will be interesting. Zion Williamson and Trae Young, possible trade candidates. And this Kevin Durant situation? It's bigger than just him. Devin Booker's career is going backwards in his prime, and there's no way he'll want to stay in Phoenix if this continues. One team is ready to pounce. For today burning basketball news, the Lakers honored LeBron James during the timeout after he reached 50,000 points.
With his three-point shot, LeBron James has become the first and only player in NBA history to score 50,000 regular season and playoff points combined. Laker Nation, on your feet and honor LeBron James.
If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes some of your time, and we appreciate you.